We are catching up with Rare at the Xbox Showcase at E3 2016, and finally we've sort of been let in to know what Sea of Thieves is, because last year you were sort of just teasing it a little bit, showing us that you were working on something, but now we sort of get to see the full scope of the game, and it is a huge game.
Yeah, it is. It is. So after last year, this year we're showing gameplay off for the first time. And what you saw in the cinematic trailer kind of shows the breadth of the experience. But for what we're showing here tonight, we're just showing a small slice, which is we're trying to just something that works well for like a show floor experience. But the game is this kind of ultimate cooperative experience that players can go on adventures. They can engage in ship combat. They can do quests. It's just this broad experience that just puts cooperative play at the very heart of that experience.
It is a fantasy that I think everyone has sort of had, to be a pirate, to live the pirate's life, perhaps without scurvy and all that kind of thing. But you know, being part of that crew and what kind of things are there that you'll do? I mean, we've seen people play on the ship together, having different roles. Is it a fixed thing, or is it more like you make it up as you go, or what's the structure there?
So, what's important for us is to give players that freedom. So players choose like the roles they want to give. It just happens naturally. And even the goals that they go after, we know that this game, like this kind of like cooperative adventure game, can appeal to a wide range of players. So there's all these different player motivations that we know that we'll support in the game. So it's up to players what they want to go after. It's like if they want to engage in ship combat, if they want to do quests, if they want to just explore, just pick a point on the horizon, just sail across this like seamless and immersive world. It's up to the players. So I want to know what they're going to do as well. I can't wait.
Oh, okay. Oh no! I'm sure you'll see for me. But the thing with Sea, an open world Sea, is kind of like, how do you make that interesting? How are you going about making sort of the sea interesting? Because it is a big blue, vast ocean.
Yeah. So for us, we always use the term pirate fantasy, and our game is believable but not realistic. So for us, this is a fantastical world. It's full of mythical creatures, and you know, every time you see a sail on the horizon, that's another pirate crew. So you're always in this shared world, and even when you're playing with your crew and you're out there on an adventure, you know you could always come across someone. There's always that chance that you could come across another pirate crew of real players in that world. So like it's a rich world, it's a fantastical world. I mean, sailing the sea is it's a magical experience. It really is.
Man the cannon! They're shooting back! Die!
What can you say of underwater? Because you sort of teased that in the trailer. Is there underwater gameplay as well, or?
So we're not talking about that specifically. I mean, yeah, I can't say any more detail. I've got to leave some surprises.
Maybe we should all watch the trailer again or something for clues.
No comments.
All right. Another thing that I thought about was like giant sea creatures. Is that something that entered your mind as well, like a kraken or?
Yeah, well, you've seen the kraken in the trailer. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, just imagine how the kraken could work when you think about cooperative gameplay. So all that crew working together on the ship, and how creatures might factor into that. It's a massive opportunity for us, but we always kind of focus in on how players can work together, how they can use the ship, how they can use the tools that we give them to kind of overcome the challenges that they might face in the world. And that could come from creatures, that could come from other players, that could come from other challenges in the world.
We also saw some intoxicating beverage use in that trailer. What is it purely for comedic effect, or is there a gameplay like purpose for maybe having a bit of rum?
So what's really important for us is that Sea of Thieves, it feels like a classic Rare game. It's got the humor, it's got the tone, and the fact that we are this pirate fantasy, like that element of role play in the world of feeling like you live that pirate life. I mean, drinking grog and playing musical instruments, it's all the way that players express themselves in the world. It's all the way that crews can bond together and kind of feel like they're this pirate crew and they're going on adventures together. So for us, it's really important for the tone.
I suppose you'll be able to customize your pirate yourself as well. Is that something you're talking about? Peg legs and hooks and whatnot?
So again, when I talked about player motivations, like players being able to customize their character, being able to customize their ship. But players care about that stuff. Players want to feel like invested in the experience. So that is something that we will support. I can't talk about it specifically, but yeah, like
Parrots. Parrots.
Sounds great. Sounds great. You saw the parrot in the cinematic trailer? Yeah. So yeah, watch this space.
What's the plan ahead with the game? Where do you feel you're at, and betas and platforms, etc.?
Yeah. So with the amount of freedom in the game, I kind of joked and I said, like, I don't know what players are going to do in the world. What's really important for us is to get the game into players' hands as early as possible. So for us, our next big goal is to get the game into beta. So test all of these systems. It's a massively ambitious game, as I'm sure you appreciate. So getting that into the hands of real players and seeing how they use the systems, how they sail across the world, what things motivates them. That's what we're really keen to find out, and to really kind of shape the game based on their feedback. So that's our next big goal that we're driving towards.
Sounds cool. And do you have any sort of, are you talking timelines for that at all?
No. I mean, it's what matters is that we have the right experience, and like the game it's so ambitious. So, like we're so passionate, we're so inspired by this opportunity to build this pirate world that players can just get lost in. I mean, our goal is really to build the most immersive, most shareable, the most cooperative adventure game ever made. So we just want to make sure that experience is right, and part of that is shaping the experience with players. But we're not talking about dates.
All right. Thank you so much for your time.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome.
There's a ship to the left, to the left.
Oh my god.
They're going down, yeah.